Hello everybody, welcome to the Japan Rail Cafe Tokyo. We're here for another studio live stream, and I'm really excited this time to bring you a story about ramen, about noodles, about traveling. I love to travel for food. I love to go all over this country, eating, drinking, and for me, that's a way for me to experience Japanese culture through that. And joining me in this live stream is Cody. How you doing, Cody?
Good. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk about ramen and our trip up north to Tohoku.
Yeah, so this trip was quite a while before, right? We did this, last year, November, right?
Yeah, winter of last year, yeah.
Yeah. So I remember when we took this trip, we took the Resort Shirakami train. Do you remember that? We do have to talk about trains. This is going through Akita to Aomori, and it was really beautiful.
Yeah, it was a train that hugged the coast on the western side of Japan, and it was such a great view of the seaside, the entire coastline of western Japan.
Yeah, you might have to speak up a little bit more.
Okay.
It's all right. They had music on this train. This is pretty crazy. This is a luxury train. You need a reservation for this. This is the one kind of seating. We actually had seating. It was more compartment, and we could eat inside of that, which is awesome. Yeah, this is a map of Tohoku. So we're going to be talking quite a bit about Tohoku. This is the 6 prefectures of Tohoku. Do you know what they are?
Yes, it's Aomori. It's
Fukushima, Miyagi, Yamagata, Iwate, Akita, Aomori. You don't know that? Wait a second now, Cody. Wait a second. Hold on a second. You don't know?
I mean, I know of their existence. I can't just label it off the top of my head.
Yeah? I guess it takes a little bit of time. Let me know in the chat if the audio is okay, if you're having any problems whatsoever. I want to introduce Cody now before we get into the ramen here. Cody is creator of the Ramen Guy Japan website, Instagram channel. Well, you got a lot. Books, website.
Yep. So I primarily run the Ramen Guy Japan Instagram. I also have the YouTube channel on my website where I kind of blog and document just ramen restaurants all around Japan. And I dabbled in writing some ebooks, and I sell some ramen related goods. So if you want to check out my website, it's ramenguyjapan.com.
Yeah. We're going to be taking you around Tohoku eating ramen. We took the JR East past Tohoku area back in November for that trip. And the first ramen that we ate, do you remember? I think it was, I want to say Wanko Soba.
Yeah, so the first noodles that we ate were Wanko Soba, right? Yeah.
The first one was Wanko Soba. What can you tell me about that challenge before we look at the video? We're going to look at the video. What can you tell me about Wanko Soba?
Yeah, so the Wanko Soba is kind of like this unique little thing that they have up in Morioka, where you try to eat small, kind of bite-sized portions of soba noodles, one portion at a time. And they're literally bite-sized, so you want to try to get as much as you can. The owner of the shop, I think, said that 100 is like a pretty big deal. So yeah, try to shoot for 100, but don't feel too bad if you don't hit that mark.
Yeah.
Quite a fun experience.
Yeah, you're gonna see in this video how crazy this experience is. This is not ramen, mind you. This is soba, but it's very popular in Morioka, one of the big attractions, I think. And traveling for food, now you could eat this in Tokyo, right? You could.
You could technically eat this anywhere. I'm sure there are restaurants around that kind of serve this, because it's kind of like a unique thing. But yeah, I mean, if you really want the authentic experience, I think going up to Morioka, and trying it at the kind of like the home of where it was invented really makes a special trip up north.
Yeah. Iwate Prefecture, Morioka, they have other kinds of noodles and other kinds of ramen and other kinds of dishes. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but check this out. We're going to show you now the Wanko Soba. This is the experience we had.
I think we even live streamed this as well, right?
This is pretty crazy. Check out, they just kept coming and coming and coming. You can hear it, dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I think we were full after this experience.
And it wasn't just the soba. They even gave us like sashimi and other ways to kind of like give you a mid-meal flavor change. So, I mean, I thought it was just gonna be soba. When I went there and I got like an entire kind of kaiseki meal, I was pretty surprised.
Yeah, it was crazy. That might have been the most fun of the trip. I think it's just fun. It's a challenge, right? It's more than just soba, it's a challenge.
I mean, of course it tastes good as well, but yeah, the challenge of trying to beat the mark of going up to 100, I think that really made it special.
Did you get 100?
I did, and you get like a little plaque.
Oh, right! I recall, this is so long ago, this is why.
We should have brought it, huh?
Oh, you didn't bring yours?
No.
I didn't bring mine.
It's hanging on my desk as a show of triumph over the 100 bowls.
It's pretty nice. Just a shout out to the location that we're in right now. This is pretty cool, a little tatami room. We have special access for this room, so we're closed off from the rest of the cafe. It's kind of cool to be inside of Tokyo Station. I think you get a wide shot here. You can see sort of what's going on inside the Yaisu side of Tokyo Station. I feel like I could just jump on a Shinkansen right now and go up to Tohoku, right? And just hang out up there. Yeah. So, Cody, I want to talk about the next noodle. In Iwate Prefecture, there was another one. Do you remember there was one called Raymen?
Yeah, Raymen. Yeah, so Raymen is kind of like a Korean influenced dish. I guess we'll see in the video, but he mentions that they use a lot of Japanese ingredients that kind of Japanifies the traditionally Korean dish. But if I remember correctly, it was originally kind of like a North Korean style dish. Very chewy noodles, very light broth, and yeah, it has a little bit of acidity to it from the vinegar, and yeah, it was overall a really great dish.
Let's take a look at the video, and this is Raymen. As you said, it's a cold noodle, right?
Yeah. So Raymen, so Rei is like cold, refrigerated. I guess just cold. And then men is the noodles. That's the Japanese word for noodles. So yeah, Raymen is just cold noodles. And yeah, it's a traditionally North Korean dish that just kind of like, I wouldn't say it was brought over to Japan, but I think the style of that noodles just kind of got adopted into the Morioka city, the Iwate prefecture, and it became kind of like one of the three kind of national, or not national, prefectural noodle dishes, yeah, of Iwate.
All right, let's check this out. This is Raymen in Morioka. Do you remember the name of the place?
It's Bianbiante.
Oh, I like the press that they used for the noodles to put it in there. They had like everything was made in the shop. Now I attached a GoPro to it, but it didn't quite get in the shot. What are they doing there?
He's washing the noodles to stop the cooking process.
Oh, right. And then this is the final product.
That is the final product.
What is the broth on this?
It's like a very light chicken, and I think it was Niboshi based broth. They add a little bit of vinegar in there as well, and some chili paste to kind of make it a little spicy. But yeah, they add a variety of vegetables. They added nashi, like a Japanese pear, half a half-boiled, hard-boiled egg.
Yeah, and I see that they have a little bit of kimchi there.
Exactly, yeah.
Add some spice. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I like the ramen a lot, and I found that the place we ate it was also well known for yakiniku.
Yeah. Yeah, so it kind of like plays into like the whole like Korean influence. I mean, it is a Korean-based dish, so a lot of Korean restaurants will have it. If I remember correctly, I don't think any restaurant just serves ramen. It's kind of like an appetizer slash finishing meal at Korean barbecue restaurants. So yeah, it's a great way to kind of like cleanse your palate like after a kind of like an oily, heavy meal eating yakiniku. So
It's refreshing, I thought.
exactly.
Yeah. And what is the noodles made of? You said
It's just like a firm kind of like regular flour noodle. It's different from the North Korean version, which I think uses some sort of like a buckwheat flour. In Japan, they use a little bit of like a white flour, which gives it a little bit more texture, like tensity. Not rubbery, but chewy. But it's not quite as chewy as the Korean version.
yeah, they do it a little bit differently in Japan. It's kind of Japanified, but it was a really delicious meal, and we actually will. I will bring that to you in an edited video coming a little bit later on this year. I'm pretty excited about that. I want to show you a little bit of Tohoku again, the map. Morioka is the dark orange one on the top right. And we are going to next go over to another area of Tohoku, to Akita. But first, I want to talk about Fukushima, Miyagi, and Yamagata Ramen and noodles, because we don't have any videos at that location, right? So let's take a look at, let's see if we get back to the shot here. I have a list that I wrote out here. So Fukushima, I would say the most famous noodle, most likely, is Kitakata Ramen.
Yeah. That's probably, when you think about Japanese prefectural ramen, I think the three biggest styles will be the Sapporo miso, the Hakata tonkotsu ramen from Fukuoka, and then the Kitakata ramen from Fukushima. The Kitakata ramen is usually a kind of like a pork and Niboshi based ramen soup, a little bit of soy sauce, and what makes it really kind of special is the kind of cultural background where a lot of people in Kitakata eat it for breakfast. So it's a morning ramen. They call it asara, and all the Kitakata ramen shops in Kitakata open at like 7, 8 a.m. And yeah, like the most popular, I would say, ramen shop that serves that up in Kitakata is Bannai Shokudo. And Bannai Shokudo is one that opens at like 7, 8 a.m. So you could go there right the crack of dawn and have your morning bowl of ramen.
You're gonna go for breakfast, that's awesome.
Exactly.
I think the tourists might not know that. No. The Kitakata is pretty close to Aizu Wakamatsu. It's just kind of north from there on the west side of Fukushima Prefecture. I've been there once. I haven't been there in a long time, but you can see more photos of ramen on Cody's Instagram page, which is crazy. It's all ramen.
Yeah.
How do you stay in good shape?
Walk.
Oh.
I try to walk wherever I can.
So walk around a lot. Yeah, I get that too. I'm not staying in very good shape. Fukushima is, so Kitakata Ramen is a place you want to try there. If we take a look up at Miyagi and Yamagata, we have in Yamagata, which is quite well known, is spicy miso ramen. And in Miyagi, Sendai miso ramen. What can you tell us about that before we look at, go back to Akita here?
So the Sendai miso ramen, it's not something I'm super familiar with. I've had maybe a couple bowls, but has just like I wouldn't say it's anywhere close to the Sapporo style where they saute the miso. It's a little bit of a lighter kind of miso in that sense. The Yamagata one is the really kind of like famous miso ramen where they have a red spicy miso ball that they put on top of the ramen. It makes it really, it makes it stand out a lot. But yeah, it was invented at a shop called Wu Shanghai in 1960. And yeah, it has a really kind of like unique look to it, quite spicy and...
You might have a photo of it right here. Shout out to WRX Turbo, thank you, and Gojira13. Get some ramen for Rio and Kanai. I'm down with that. Oh, hold on, I got a GoPro camera. Ah.
So it has that red kind of like spicy miso ball, and that's kind of like what what identifies it as, I guess.
The red spicy meatball.
Yeah, the Yamagata spicy miso ramen.
Ooh. So some of these shots might not have audio. I apologize. Like the wide one you're about to see inside of Tokyo Station right now. We're back. I forgot the audio from that one. Those are some ramen that we don't have featured in here, but again, Tohoku is just stocked with ramen, and we have here on the table this box. We're gonna open that up because that's more ramen inside there of Tohoku. It's pretty cool. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's take a look now at that Akita Prefecture.
Okay.
Yeah, the ramen from up there that we're gonna show is, I don't know, they're famous for soy sauce ramen?
Yeah, and Akita is one of the prefectures that kind of like started the Niboshi, which is like a dried fish, kind of like ramen style. So a lot of the restaurants up there use, in some way, a Niboshi, kind of dried sardines in their ramen.
Is this Suihido is famous for that?
Suihido's one of the shops famous for that, and the other one is the Jikasim and Ito.
Ah, I think you have some photos from there. Let's show that.
I do.
So these are photos you took when we were on our trip.
Yeah.
This is pretty startling. It doesn't look like a ramen shop to me.
Yeah, it's quite a unique shop. So Jikaseme Ito is one of the oldest kind of Niboshi ramen shops up in Akita. They actually have three, there used to be four locations here in Tokyo that's run by his brother and his nephews. But that's the original location in Akita. The locations that moved down to Tokyo, they actually got a Michelin Bib Gourmand nod a few years ago. So they're kind of like world recognized ramen. But yeah, it's a Niboshi style, has shoyu. The main characteristics is they have really firm, snappy noodles. It almost tastes like they're raw because of how almost crunchy they are. But that just shows how low kind of like water quality or density the water content the noodles have. Really snappy, really great. Yeah, and it's very simple. It only comes with like a spoonful of negi, which is like Japanese leek, and a little bit of the...
Look at that vending machine. Hold on a second. Look, there's only 6 buttons.
Exactly. There's the ramen, and then you could get ramen with the pork chashu, and then you could get it small, medium, and large.
It's just simple, this place. It is so basic. It's like a trailer, and he didn't have any decorations, just ramen.
Yeah.
A table and ramen.
In like the first floor of his house, it seems like.
Yeah. Look at the pull of ramen right here. Ah, that's like so beautiful. Oh man, this was so good. Is this a ramen star? A Michelin star place?
So they won the Tokyo locations got the Michelin Bib Gourmand. So the weird thing about the Michelin Guide is they don't really offer stars outside of the main Tokyo and Osaka kind of Kanto area, which is why you never really see like Michelin restaurants outside of those areas. But yeah, the style that his brother and cousins, the offshoot locations in Tokyo that his brothers and cousins operate here in Tokyo, they've gotten the Michelin Bib Gourmand.
So you can eat it in Tokyo, but it's so much better up in Iwate. This is in Akita. Yeah. This is kakunodate. We walked from the station about 10 minutes, which is a little bit out of the way, and you fight for your food. This is so awesome. And it was usually very crowded. We got there when it just opened.
Just closed.
Just closed, because we had special access to film in there. You have to ask in advance because it's really hard to film in some of these shops. This is a very famous one in all of Japan, so we'll bring this in the edited video that's coming up pretty soon. Again, let's see if we can find kakunodate on the map. It's just in Akita, which is on the Sea of Japan side, the bright orange, the lighter colored orange. It's more in the center, kakunodate, and it's a beautiful samurai town. It's really nice to visit there. It's on the Akita Shinkansen line, which is available. Just switch trains at Morioka, or just take the Tohoku E6, goes towards Akita. You can stop right there. It's a pretty good trip.
That's also the place where you could get the kimono and ride in the rickshaw, kind of Japanese style rickshaw, and experience the entire samurai
right, yeah.
town.
I get a live stream doing that as well, so there's a lot to do in that area.
Yeah, definitely recommend checking it out.
The other ramen shop in Akita Prefecture that I want to talk to, and I love, this is so close to the station, Akita Station, right? This was Suihido
Yeah, Suihido Ramen.
Suihido Ramen. What is, before we show the images, because this is an awesome experience, why is this ramen so famous?
It's kind of like the heart and soul of Akita Ramen. When you talk to people from Akita and you just ask them like what their favorite ramen is from their hometown, yeah, more likely than not, it's gonna be Suihido Ramen. It's a very kind of thick, it's a mixture of both animal stock, which is mostly chicken and pork, and a Niboshi kind of dashi that they mix together. And because of the collagen, like the pork and the chicken, you get a very creamy soup. And it's just really an intense flavor profile, but it's really addicting and one that everyone loves eating after drinking on a night out.
MB, thanks for sharing about ramen in the summer heat. You're very welcome. You gotta watch, you gotta see this. I'm so hungry right now. We're gonna queue it up. We had the next ramen, we actually can try some of it, sort of, in a way. All right, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Check this out. This is Suihido Ramen, and these are some clips that we took when we were there. Akita Suihido Ramen, check this out. I guess you can sort of hear. Oh, go ahead, it's all right. Yeah, I'm back. I'm setting up the ramen that's coming in a moment. That's egg at the end. I stopped there for a reason, because it is so good. I don't want to show it to you because it is like a beauty shot here. Now you have some photos that you took as well here, so maybe you could talk a little bit about this.
So yeah, it's Suihido Ramen. It's one of the oldest and kind of soul food of Akita Prefecture. Every Akita person that I've ever talked to, they all tell me that this is like their favorite ramen. They use a dark shoyu tare seasoning for their soup. It's animal stock and niboshi. And yeah, the main kicker is their fried rice, which is just phenomenal. Very kind of like salty, but it mellows out from the creaminess of the egg yolk. And yeah, they're open 24 hours. Not right now because of the state of emergency, but yeah, typically on a usual Akita night, you could come in any time of the night. Lots of people there after drinking, and just yeah, having a good time and eating it as a shime ramen, which is like the closer of the night meal, I guess. Kind of helps soak up the alcohol that you drank, and yeah, make sure that you don't wake up with a hangover.
That's important. That's very important. Right here. Yeah, so we're preparing the next ramen, which is up in Aomori Prefecture. Do you remember this place? Up in Aomori, this what was it called? Milk Curry Ramen. What can you tell us about this next one we're gonna be eating?
Yeah, it's a buttermilk curry ramen, if I remember correctly. The shop owner is originally from Hokkaido, which is where kind of like miso ramen was made popular and famous. But I would say, yeah, he wanted to make something a little bit interesting, a little bit new, using some of the local ingredients up in northern Japan, which is why he added the butter and the milk. But yeah, it's surprisingly a very gentle flavor. You don't taste any of the four, none of the four overpower each other. It's very balanced and everything kind of meshes together nicely. Yeah, I thought it was a very unique ramen. You likely won't find this in Tokyo, or at least I've never seen a shop that serves this in Tokyo, so you gotta make that trip out to Aomori to have it. But yeah, I definitely recommend trying it out as a kind of very uniquely Aomori ramen.
No, you don't. You don't have to go to Aomori to try it. You know why? Do you know why, Cody? Do you know why? Oh, I gotta get rid of this map. Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because we have it right here. I've actually purchased in advance. Okay, we have about a couple of minutes. It's okay. I've actually, when we were up there, and I'm going to show you the video. It's okay. Take your time. They sell their own instant ramen, so in bowls that you can buy. And I went up there with Peter a couple of months ago in April, and I bought some. It might have expired, but it's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's freeze dried.
It's freeze dried, right? Let's go to the wide side here. Yeah, so it's gonna go for a second. I wanna show you this place. This became my favorite ramen because I'd never had this taste ever before. As you said, the chef came from Sapporo originally.
Yeah, Hokkaido originally.
Hokkaido originally. He's been doing this for like decades. This place is humble, and he's probably drives a Ferrari. I don't want to assume anything, but it's a very successful ramen shop for so long. Check this out. Aomori, is it curry milk ramen or miso milk curry ramen? How does it go?
I think it's miso milk curry ramen.
Miso curry milk
Butter ramen.
Ah. So once again, we in order to get to Aomori on this trip, we took the resort Shirakami. This is cool. This is what the compartment looked like. And you could eat ramen on this train.
Yeah. What was cool about that compartment was it folds out into a bed, so you could even kind of lounge and lay down while you're on your trip.
Yeah.
I thought that was quite interesting.
Speaking of traveling in style, there's the grand class in the front there. I think it was, and Shin Aomori Station is the Shinkansen stop for Aomori. And then you have to take the local to Aomori, which is about 5 minutes. Then we got here.
Yep.
Ajino's Sapporo
Onishi.
Onishi-san, yeah. That was the name. And we're eating the ramen. You can see them, he's cooking in the background. That's not Onishi-san, is it? That's his assistant. Oh, that's the miso. Check it out. Oh, I can smell it. Oh, that's the, oh, that's moyashi bean sprouts on there.
Yeah, so if you like watch it, they saute it with the soup, kind of like how they do in Hokkaido, the Sapporo miso. But yeah, they add the curry and the butter. So yeah, it makes it kind of a very uniquely kind of Aomori flavor.
You see that butter? Oh, and we went to one other place. This is
right.
bonus. What is this one here?
This is Nagao. This is probably the most famous Niboshi ramen in Aomori. They have a number of shops up in Aomori, but yeah, when you think about Niboshi ramen in Aomori, that's kind of where you got to go.
So, yeah, that was so good. We're back on Cody here, wide shot. Just it came right now. When I said I could smell it, it was a true story. I could smell it. It just smells like, I smell the butter. Do you smell that?
I do smell the butter.
All right, let me see if I can get the GoPro. All right, check this out. Craig Kawaguchi, thank you. Oh, I'm trying, I don't want to spill this on the computer. Is that possible? Now, this bowl of ramen came from Aomori. I don't think they sell this in Tokyo. I haven't seen this. Probably Amazon, you can find everything. You can see in the front of it, the nebuta, the Aomori nebuta there. And you saw the butter on top of there? I can smell it. Check this out. Here we go. Oh, I gotta pan down. Oh, are you supposed to rip this out? Oh, wow. Look at the butter on that. That's just butter. I didn't know you could freeze dry butter.
You could really smell it too. It's just so
oh yeah.
Pungent?
Pungent. And there's negi. See the green onions in there? Oh my gosh, this is insanity. All right, I'm really not good with this. So why don't you, can you dish out a little bit in the bowls? We're gonna do it. I know that there's no audio on there. I wanted to share with you the butter, the negi. We just got two, we forgot there was no audio because it was so awesome. Right now, Cody is dishing it out. I know there was no audio. I forgot about it, sorry. It's just so good. It smells so good. I'm dying here. Oh, look at that. Oh, you got Chashu steak? Oh, there's only one. It's okay. I'll give it to you. I don't need it. It's okay. I need you to try that Chashu steak. I need you to try the Chashu steak.
Here's your bowl.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Oh, okay.
All right, so I guess I'll have the one with the chashu.
Yeah, I want to hear your feedback. For just a second, check out on the GoPro cam what this looks like. There's no audio, just look. That's nice. All right. Itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu.
Butter. I can't smell the curry as much. So.
Yeah, you really taste the miso and the kind of curry flavor initially, and then that kind of gets mellowed out by the butter.
And the garlic.
Yeah.
There's garlic. Ah.
You don't really taste the milk. I think it's more as like gives it that kind of creamy texture for the soup. Kind of like adds to the butter in the fact that it kind of like mellows out the flavors of the miso and curry. But yeah, really phenomenal. Even for like a cup noodle, this is like really good.
That's so good. Heaven, I'm in heaven. It's a copyrighted song, so that's as far as I can go. You can eat the rest of it. How was the chashu?
The chashu is really good. I mean, obviously the one at the shop is a little bit better because they're not freeze dried, but I mean, when you're talking about cup ramen in Japan, the technology available to be able to offer even just a slice of freeze dried pork, yeah, it really makes the experience. Don't try to bring it back home because customs will take it away, but definitely
Freeze
try
dried
it.
ramen.
Yeah, they'll take
Really?
away your pork products.
Oh, even
you're-
freeze-dried pork.
Yeah. So you're not supposed to export pork products. So sometimes people have tried to export their ramen, their cup ramen that has pork extract inside
I
abroad.
might have done that.
And they got it confiscated by customs. So, you know, don't risk it. Just try it here as like a quick meal before you like leave for your flight back home.
What
But
about
yeah.
powder, like pork powder? That's
And-
bad too?
Yeah, anything with pork extract in it.
Wow. All right, thank you, Cody. This is information. I did not do that, so it's not a problem. All right, I want to show you what we have here on the table. This is pretty cool. Can you bring that up here? Yeah. All right, just right here is fine, right in the front. It's in focus there. This is like a box of Tohoku ramen, and they sell that in the cafe. I didn't know about this until last time I was here. And I was like, wait, you sell stuff here? Like, that's like ramen. So I thought this was relevant, so. Oh, ramen backwash. Okay, why don't you open this up? Let's check this out. I thought this was cool. Oh, wow. It's like, so you couldn't take this home, right?
Back home, like abroad? No.
Wow, you have to declare instant ramen.
Because there's pork products in here.
What about chicken?
Chicken is fine usually.
Beef?
I don't think beef.
Wow,
But yeah,
that's like
that's,
everything.
Yeah,
Really?
if you ever go to like Spain and you
Yeah.
try to bring home like Iberico ham, they'll tell you no because you're not allowed to bring pork products abroad.
But if it's like, I thought it was like packaged and processed and stuff. Even then?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, thank you, Cody. You saved me from jail time.
But yeah, here's the first one. This is, oops, should I go?
Right here, yeah.
So this is Suihido Ramen. This is the one from Akita that we had.
Right. Oh
Um,
yeah, this is the one that we ate. Man, we need some water right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the Suihido Ramen, the kind of Akita's soul food, I would say.
Oh.
Really great.
Oh, this one is the Sendai ramen that I'm holding here. Right?
Yeah.
Wait, are the eggs inside here? No.
No,
Okay. Can you export eggs?
I don't think so.
No.
But yeah, the Sendai ramen, that's the Nagamachi ramen. That's animal and Niboshi stock. This is really good as well. Let's see, which one do we
It's
have
like
here?
Christmas on the table here.
Oh yeah, okay, so this is Matoya Chuka. they specialize in dark black shoyu ramen. Not as dark black as the most famous ramen style for that is Toyama Black Ramen.
Yeah.
It's not quite as black, but it's quite close. It's
Hold
a
on, I think
similar
it can get-
style to that ramen.
Yeah, check that out there. There's a little bit of glare right there. Yeah, you can see the black color of it underneath there.
Yeah.
Now that Toyama Black Ramen is so salty.
It is. So not quite as salty as the Toyama Black, but yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, Susan Dolan, soup looks yummy, but your audio is off. You lose picture a lot. Sorry about that. I know two of the cameras don't have audio. I apologize. I said these are like bonus cameras.
Let's see. Should we go with Meiya Zetton?
Oh, we can go with that. I can go with that. Hold on. Cody, Maine. Boom. Show us Cody.
So Meiya Zetton is like, it's a Aomori ramen shop. They have a ramen called Death Niboshi, and it's a very thick, kind of like almost cement-like Niboshi ramen.
Ooh.
The soup is literally like a cement paste.
Ah.
But it's very good. It's very bitter because of the Niboshi, but it's an addicting kind of soup style that a lot of people really have enjoyed in the past, I want to say 5 to 10 years. Definitely recommend checking this shop out. It's a little bit south of Aomori Station.
Yeah. Wow. So we're eating through Tohoku with instant ramen in Tokyo. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess we'll go with Kobaya. I think Kobaya is the Fukushima ramen.
All right, let's get here, Modi. Cody, zoom, boom.
I don't think this is a Kitakata Ramen shop. I'm actually not sure. I guess it kind of looks like it, but yeah, it's more of like a light shoyu. I think if you go to the actual store, they use a style called seabara chachake, which is pork back fat that is splattered on top of the ramen.
I've seen that. I've seen places that just they like give you the ramen. What is up with this? They take it and then they have the pork fat in a
strainer.
Yeah, in a strainer. It's solid fat. And then they take the broth and run it over that and it melts the fat into your... Why would they do that?
The pork back fat has a lot of flavor on top of it being kind of just the fat and oil to provide that kind of flavor profile to the ramen.
That's not healthy.
And, no, not healthy at all, but it's very good. It's incredibly addicting. There are a lot of famous ramen shops that use the seabura, which is the pork back fat, in their ramen. And yeah, I can't recommend it enough. It's really good.
Yeah. David Kimura, I will get some of this for Kanai too. I think she needs to have that. And David, thank you, David Boyd. What else we got here?
And then the last one is the Kumano Ito. And I think this one also has the seabura chachake. So if you go to the actual shop...
Can you say that again?
The seabura chachake.
Seara chacheke.
Seabura.
Seabura. Abura,
So
oil.
is like senaka no se, which is like the back. And then abura is just pork fat.
Se, abura.
And then cha-cha is the noise that it
Cha-cha.
makes when the pork fat goes through the strainer.
Now that makes sense. When you explain it, I can see the kanji now. Seabura cha-cha.
Yeah.
You have to say it like that? Do you say it with impact? How do you...
I don't really know. I don't think any of the shops will actually call it the chachake. That's kind of like the nomenclature that ramen otakus and just like ramen aficionados have kind of labeled as that style.
Ooh.
But yeah, it's really good. Kumano Ito is also one of the shops that does that. Not on the photo, but if you go to the shop itself, yeah, you could get a special like seabura version of their ramen. And yeah, you'll also get the pork back fat splattered all over your bowl.
Awesome. In an instant form.
Yeah, in instant form.
That's what you want. More back fat. I got some they can have if they want some. It's not as attractive. All right, so that's pretty cool. This all comes in the box.
Yeah.
This is available at the store. So if you're like in Tokyo Station, you can catch your Shinkansen or whatever. You can get like dinner or something. It's kind of cool. This is $20, right? Yeah, about $20 for all these ramens. And I like that, they bring the ramen to you. If you can't go to the ramen will come to you in a box. It's nice. And smells authentic, I gotta tell you. The way they do it, it's genius. This is not your supermarket instant ramen, people. This is next level.
The way it comes too, it's like in the traditional kind of demae.
Oh yeah, I like that.
kind of demai, which is like the delivery ramen. It was popular back in like the 60s and 70s, I would say. I guess 80s as well. But yeah, it comes in kind of like that demai style box. A really cool present to give to your friends and family.
I can see that as a gift, right? Yeah, I can see it as coming here. All right, so we're running out of time. We don't have too much left as well. So I wanted to introduce to you, I'm somebody who's very, very into Tohoku, and they have a website that's in English. I guess it's a new website, right? Everything is in English, and I have a challenge for you. Here, let me get into here. My challenge is we're gonna play a little game for like 3 minutes, and whoever wins, all right, I can do this, all right? So if you win, and moderators, you can check out and tell me who wins here. I will send you a postcard if you can tell me the answer. This is Aizu Wakamatsu, a postcard from Aizu. I will send this to you from Tokyo Station, like right now, if you win. And I have another one, which is the Tohoku Shinkansen postcard. I can send that if there's a second place one. So I got 2 postcards coming to you. Cody, will you autograph it?
Sure.
You're gonna get a Cody Ramen Guy Japan autograph, as well as mine is on there, if you get this right. All right, wide shot. Are you ready? All right, I'm gonna show you the link again, and I'm gonna ask you some questions. This is a scavenger hunt. I'm gonna be searching the chat. This is fun. Click the like button too, by the way. All right, my question to you is this. What are the top 3 trending attractions according to tohokukanko.jp website? What are the top 3 trending attractions? This is Japan's study, right? This is Japan's study. So there's the website right there. What are the top attractions? I can't tell you. It's in here. Oh, there it is. I just showed it for like a second. On tohokukanko.jp, there's an English one. Anybody who gets them, you can just tell me, and you get a postcard. Dun dun dun. Should I do your music? Dun 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 dun. I have music somewhere. Yeah. So if you get that right, we will send you a postcard. We have for 1 and 2. Number 1. No, can't wait. I'm looking at the chat right now. I'm waiting for it. Beach skiing and noate. No, it says so on the website. You're not even looking at the website. All right, there it is right there. tohokukanko.jp, change it to English. There's the top 3. I could even show you if you ask nicely. It's like, it says here, top attractions on the website. Hold on, I'll hint you. There it is. Do you see that? It's right there. The top trending attractions, all right? It's right there. Nobody, really? It's like right there. Yeah, UFO Bob just shared the link. I don't know, nobody's got it. All right, who was first in here? Shiki Moriryu and Pixel Abode. If anybody else, so the moderators, let me know who won, and I'll get in touch. Send me on Instagram a message with your address, and I will send you the postcard. All right, and the moderators will tell us who won. Thank you, moderators. Yes, I'll send you this too. It has actually a stamp from Tohoku. All right, so check out that website. The bonus question is, what are the top 3 Bon Odori dance festivals in Japan? One of them is in Akita. So you know, I got that from the website. It's awesome. It's all in English. It's all pretty cool. Cody, I want to say thank you to Cody, who is in charge of Ramen Guy Japan. Cody Mizuno. He also have a book, right?
Yeah, I have an ebook that you can purchase online on my website. I also started selling ramen-related goods. So if you want to buy like pots, ladles,
like ramen paraphernalia.
Yeah, dried Niboshi to make your soup, flours. Yeah, you can find it on my website. No pork products though, unfortunately, because I can't ship those. But yeah, if you want to check out my store, you could go to ramenguyjapan.com/store. And then yeah, follow my Instagram for more ramen related content. I post every other day. I probably eat like 200 bowls a year, so never short of content. So yeah, check me out.
200 bowls a year
I'm at 120, I think, this year.
this year?
And it's
Think
only
you can break
August.
it?
I'm hoping to get to 250.
Wow. Do you drink the broth?
Not everywhere, but I try.
It's hardcore, man. And the back fat? You
The
drink
back
that?
fat, definitely. Yeah, that's what I eat first.
Wow. Strong. All right, thank you, Cody, so much. So we're gonna switch it up here. Cody, here, let me take your microphone. I wanna introduce you to Kiara, who was in Tohoku and has, I wanna, like, how do we work off that back fat? I wanna know. So I've invited Kiara here, who's gonna tell me how a way I can do that. Check out the scene with no audio here.
Oh, whoops.
I saw that. Everybody saw it because we were wide.
know.
Welcome.
Hiya.
This is Kiara.
Hi there.
You are the Tokyo vegan guide.
Yes, yes, I am. So I'm not super helpful when it comes to ramen around Tohoku.
And you can't sit Japanese style because you're way off
It's
from
I am.
Cody. Hold on. you're not
Sorry,
Cody.
there we go. That
Yeah.
better?
That's pretty good. Look, you're all centered and nice. And
Oh,
neat.
lovely. Oh.
So Kiara, is there any ramen that you could eat up there?
Well, not that I've found so far. I often buy this brand called Tea's Tantan Ramen and bring it with me because it's a great like portable hiking food for vegans in Japan. But yeah, none of the Tohoku ramens are something I can eat.
I eat vegan.
Occasionally.
I want to be a part of this. So you recently took a trip up to the
Michinoku Trail.
Michinoku Trail. Gosh, I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of the kanji.
Yep. I went
That is a massive hike. Did you do the whole thing?
Yes, clearly. I did all 900 kilometers in 3 days. No, I did not. I selected 3 spots because I wanted to see a little bit of everything it has to offer. And I was using the JR East Rail Pass, which made it really, really easy to just hop on a train and move around.
We have some drone shots of this.
Yes, please don't judge me. These are clearly not like John level drone shots. This is my first time ever using a drone.
These are better than my shots. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
shush.
What is that? Is that a beach? Oh, that's right. It hugs the coast.
Yes, this is the part in Aomori, along sort of the Tanegashima coast. It starts in a place called Same near Hachinohe, and it is just the most beautiful hike. I think it's pretty friendly. Actually, it's the beginning of the trail in Aomori if you're doing it from north to south, and it was just fantastic. If you do the shortened version, it's about 13 kilometers, so about enough to burn off maybe 1 bowl of ramen.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, well, if you do all of it, then you can eat all the ramen you want.
That's true. So this is the map of Tohoku. It starts, so from Tokyo, you probably want to start in Miyagi, which is just north of Sendai, I think the trail starts, or does it go through Sendai?
More or less. It doesn't go through Sendai itself, but it kind of, there's good train connections from Sendai to parts of it.
Yeah, I added the map here with your drone footage to give us more perspective. It's kind of small.
Yeah.
The map is so big, it's small on the screen, but you can see it hugs the coast all the way up to Aomori on the top there.
Yep. And then all the way down to Soma in Fukushima.
Yeah, I have the map here. Wow, that looks like a lot of fun.
It really was. It was freezing, but it was just a glorious, glorious thing. Yeah.
You can order the trail maps on the website, I also
Yep.
saw.
You have them on. You can download them, which was super useful for planning things out because it shows all of the stations and it's in English, which is really helpful, even if you speak Japanese.
I like this because I'm looking at the map, and on the lower part of it, it goes through a lot of the towns that were impacted by the great Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. So walking through here is a great way, I think, to stop in these towns.
Definitely. I did a little bit in Miyako, which is a charming little place in Iwate. Very nice, sort of retro, good markets and all of that. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage because it was a bucketing down rain that day, and yeah, you know.
I remember that day.
Yeah.
We were thinking, poor Kiara out there in the rain.
Yeah, you guys were like hanging out. Oh, you were out eating the ramen, the
Yeah, we were
Akita
out
Milk
eating the
Ramen.
ramen
Yeah,
inside.
you made a better life choice,
We
I
were
think.
inside. It was a pretty good live choice. I can agree with that. Is there anything that we forgot about this? I can't, I'm trying to think here. about Tohoku, is there anything that you want to add?
Well, I'd like to add that it's really one of those places that people haven't gone yet. So right now, I mean, we can't travel right at the moment, but just traveling in general, keeping social distance and staying away from crowded spaces is going to be a very important thing for the foreseeable future. And well, that's kind of why I went up to Tohoku. I went and hiked alone. It was just me. There was probably like 6 kilometers of social distance between me and the other person. And it was just gorgeous. I really think it's a fantastic place for hikers.
Question, Kiara can hold her liquor, is that true?
Yes, I can. You guys are remembering the Sendai, our bar hopping in Sendai. That was, yeah, you captured me. I was trying to hide, but...
you can't hide from me.
Yes, I can. And that's my another great thing about Tohoku is all of the sake breweries. So awesome. Just, yeah.
We've had a good time traveling through Tohoku, and because of this pass, the JR East Tohoku area pass, rail pass, it's so cheap to travel up north.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for the state of emergency to end so we can go back up there. We're kind of limited here to Tokyo, but we're planning. And I hope you're planning too, because there's some pretty good ideas on the website here, tohokukanko.jp. I appreciate that. And I want to say thank you to JR East, to Jackie, and Jarman International, because I love the fact that I can live stream in Tokyo Station. How cool is this?
It's so gorgeous, isn't it?
It is. Shot with no audio. It is so awesome.
I know. This perfect backdrop, isn't it?
It is, and it's a perfect backdrop for the ending. Thank you all so much. I'm looking at the camera up there. Thank you so much. It took me forever to set this up, all right? I forgot to audio, I'm sorry. I'm gonna bring an assistant next time. This is really great. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Tokyo Vegan Guide, Cody is Ramen Guy Japan. I am only in Japan. That trumps all of you guys, actually, maybe a little bit, somewhat, not really.
You got everything.
I said the whole country. So thanks so much for subscribing, and we'll see you in another live stream really soon. I really do appreciate the chance to kind of hang out here. I'll leave the last 20 seconds watching me try to clean this up. It's gonna be really hard. Have a good day, everybody. We can wave at that camera with no audio. All right, bye-bye, guys.